It's an inside job, and I finally get to see a hot female protagonist. Oh my goodness, yes indeed. Oh my goodness, been waiting so goddamn long for a show like this to come out. So fucking happy, I'm gonna go die.
That's your intro?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I like Reagan. She's hot. I like her a lot.
You can talk about it in a minute.
Oh god.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Charming Analysis podcast. I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And today we're going to be talking about something that I'm surprised we haven't talked about sooner, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I tried to get Jay to do this podcast with me, like this specific series, like when it first came out, but he didn't want to do it then. But now that part 2 came out, we're finally going to talk about it. So today we're going to be talking about a show on Netflix called Inside Job. Why don't you explain what Inside Job's about, honey?
Well, first off, I was like, let's talk about Arcade, but you never got into that either. So you cannot blame me for...
I know.
Cannot blame me for not
I'm
wanting to talk about
sorry.
stuff. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Eventually we might talk about it, but not right now.
So, Inside Job. It's a show about the deep state and stuff, but conspiracies,
like lizard people,
stuff. It's not ambiguously racist. Yeah, no one take it that way. It's just mainly just conspiracies for funsies, and there's a whole shadow government and everything, and whole deep state, and it's controlled by a single group of wacky goofballs that get into very mischievous hijinks that are rated TVMA.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much it. It's like...
So basically, if you had to put it, like... Basically, the gist of the show is, like, picture Rick and Morty, but with a female protagonist, and a lot better, reasonable protagonist, honestly. In a sense.
Yeah. People like to compare... he like to want to say it's a Rick and Morty wannabe, but everybody said it's like it wasn't. Now everybody everybody used to say it's a Family Guy wannabe, but now like everybody's like Rick and Morty became a fucking big ass thing, and it's like, do people even watch Family Guy or Rick and Morty? I don't think so. So I don't believe their beliefs. I don't believe in any of those fucking things. Like, oh, this is just like you probably don't even watch the show anymore. Let's just say right now. Trust me, no one's watching it after season 3. Let me tell you. No one's watching Rick and Morty after season 3. Let me tell you that.
But yeah, here's a fun fact about this. One of the people that actually worked on Gravity Falls, not Alex Hirsch, but one of the people that worked on his show created this show. But he is an executive producer on it. He didn't create the show, just so you guys know. But he does help with the producing of it, which I think is actually really cool.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So he's technically still helping in the animation industry.
Until our God makes another good show again, then I have to settle for him being a producer, which is
fine. Like, it gives us a chance to actually, like, you know, have some like cool stuff with it.
Yeah.
Like,
talk about a woman being the front runner.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's great. I like it. And as someone who is running a show, like, first time running a show,
they're doing a great job.
Really good. Really fucking great.
So one thing I am going to say, like, we're going to talk about the characters really quick of who's who. Mm-hmm. And then you get to tell me your thoughts about it. So, we're basically, part 2 came out, but we're basically talking about Inside Job as a whole. Mm-hmm. Because we didn't get to talk about it when we first saw it. Mm-hmm. So, we're talking about it now. Anyway, cast of characters, we got Reagan, who's the leader. Pretty much, she has divorced parents, and she's just trying to run the company, and she strives for running the company to make actually a big difference in the world. But she's doing it for good reason, though. Like, in my opinion. She's doing it to, like, actually make a difference and actually help people.
Morally ambiguous reasons.
Yeah, but she's doing... If we had to compare her to, like, her dad and, like, the other guy. I forgot his name. JR. At least she's trying to make it better. Like, at least she's, like, the better one of, like, the 3 of them. If you had to think about it. She's actually trying to do something. And make a difference. While the other 2 were doing it for selfish reasons. At least she's trying to do something good for, you know, good reasons. And then you got Brett, who is the newest member of the cast. Well, of, like, the team. He's basically the yes man. And he's a fucking golden retriever boy. Picture Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman, but way more of a yes man. Like, way more of a yes man.
Oh, yeah.
Is basically the best way I can put it. And then you got Gigi, who's basically the other female protagonist in this. She actually does a lot for the cast, and I'm honestly surprised. Like,
oh, really? What'd you do?
She's trying to, like, control, like, different aspects, but she's, like, trying to...
Wow, you don't even know what she does.
Well, do you want to explain what she does?
You see, Mari just was, like, trying to make shit up and just wants to talk.
Hey!
It's true sometimes. She's a media influencer. She's basically, like... She likes to make conspiracies about the media and stuff to take away from the actual conspiracies. Like,
yeah, and then you got what's the guy that's always getting high?
Andre, he's the guy who gets high and makes
dangerous lab experiments and
dangerous
drugs.
Lab experiments.
And
then you got Glenn,
who's Dolphin Man.
Who's a dolphin veteran.
Dolphin Man hybrid.
Yes.
And then last but not least, you got Mike.
Mike, who is a
alien mushroom man.
Alien mushroom.
Well, alien mushroom and because technically he's non-binary.
He's mix. I don't know what you classify.
That's non-binary, honey. That's another term for non-binary.
But he still goes by he,
him.
He, him.
But that's actually something I also found out. Like, he's technically non-binary, which I actually think is nice. Like, that actually made me happy when I found out about that. I was not expecting that, like, at all. I didn't even know he was until, like, I found out about it. Anyway, that's basically the main cast, so that way you guys get the context. Mm-hmm. So... what did you think of Inside Job as a whole? Not just season 2, like not just part 2, but just as a whole.
As a whole, in general?
Yes, we're talking about it as a whole.
I mean, I still like really, really think it's funny. It's funny. I can't say that there's like besides like maybe like a few. Like, maybe this ending of season 1 was when it was the most dramatic. But other than that, it doesn't want to go for any of that tone, which, you know, I'm kind of, like, half disappointed, but I also am, like, I kind of realized why they kind of wanted to do that, because either shows go up their own ass, or shows push very bad, like, messages and all that, and just like
they're trying to basically
it's not good for like, you know, people to I guess suddenly like preach something that you accidentally did. You don't want to have those in your shows at all.
So basically they're just trying to keep a level head, which I can understand as well.
It's fine.
And like personally for me,
I would have loved to see Reagan beat her father's ass, to be honest, because he deserves it, but you know, if we have to stick him in shadow jail prison, then fine.
Just so you know, there is spoilers for part 2.
Stick him in shadow jail prison. Like,
well, honey, before you continue anymore, there is going to be spoilers for part 2. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to wait to watch it. Like, watch this. Anyway, continue.
I mean, it's just I just like the humor, and I just also really like. I really like the main character. The main character, Reagan Ridley, sells it for me. And her, like, just her dealing with her relationships.
With her dad and friends.
Her dad, her co-workers, and, like...
flings or boyfriends.
Boyfriends or stuff like that. It's interesting. I find it funny. I find it, like, you know, charming and, like... It's so rare for, like, an ensemble cast where, like, you normally get, you know, normally with these types of shows, you normally get, like, animated, I guess, shows. You get the main character who like you normally follow and stuff, and then you get like the cast and crew, and then normally you pick like the cast and crew that overshines the actual main character that you were focusing on. This is one of those shows where you actually stick with it, and you actually like her, and you want her to succeed.
Yeah, honestly, like
I love Reagan. I love her. I love her I love her personality. I love her voice. I just.
You're a simp.
I'm a simp. You know, I'm simp.
Sorry, but you're a simp.
I like her ambitions. I like her goals. She's smart, and she's like, you know,
funny.
She's funny. She knows what to do with her shit. Like, oh god.
She's very independent.
She is very fucking, oh god. And I wouldn't go so hard if like Reagan wasn't like half these things, but she is, and that's what makes her just such a
good protagonist.
Good protagonist to just follow. And anytime like a story is not around her, it suffers. But since she is the main character, then I don't really feel that at all. I felt it probably a little bit more on
part two
because it was like the B lines kind of mixed in, like they kind of had more screen time than the A plot lines,
which is kind of weird. Like, I don't understand why they did that.
I'm assuming it was a time rush.
Probably, because for the record, part 1 had like 10 episodes, while part 2 had 8.
But we shouldn't blame stuff on time rushes. Maybe this is actually what they boarded and what they wanted to tell, which is fine. I'm not blaming them. Not every show is going to be the fucking Mona Lisa.
But this does make me wonder if this is just part 2 of season 1, or if this is just like
I will still call it season 2.
Or is it just technically season 2?
I would still call it season 2. I don't care.
I just would like to know so that way I can clarify, I guess. Because I think it'd be easier just to tell. But personally, I think the show's interesting. Like, I don't mind it. Like, Jay likes it way more than I do. But I do think it's an interesting story. I like the characters that are in it. I like we actually get to see a very likable and relatable protagonist that's an asshole, but she's not a horrible asshole. She's not like Rick at all. Like, if you had to compare Rick to somebody, it's got to be Rand Ridley, her dad. If you're going to compare Rick to someone.
She's just weird. She's just
an awkward, weird person.
An awkward woman. She's just an awkward woman who's done with everyone's shit, and I like that. It's just funny. It's funny, and it's interesting, and I just like that. I like that we get to like focus on something like that. And maybe there's other comedies that are like that I just haven't seen, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to just see the perspective, like see this type of humor being applied to a show like this, because most of the time it's like, if you have to get a show like this made, it has to be
really
like,
good.
No, just stoner humor. What more likely? It either like, you know, has to. Which I'm not saying this isn't. This is very reference heavy humor.
Yeah.
I would say very pop culture humor, because they reference everything in like every 5 seconds of the show. And that's something you don't want, because trust me, I hate that sense. I hate that sense of humor too. It's kind
of different with this show. Like, they're trying to like.
Yeah, but like I grew up like it has like, it almost has Gravity Falls banter writing with it, which is really fucking smart.
Yeah, like it's one of those things to where.
So I think that blended in with the clunkiness of like how they reference stuff as like jokes. I think that like makes me like not hate
the show as much.
Like, tolerate the humor. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Tolerate it. Like, it makes me tolerate it, and actually makes me laugh, as opposed to like, I don't know, what's a really bad reference show?
I don't know.
What's a really bad one? I can't think of it. I normally don't watch those shows.
Yeah, but okay, so one thing I do want to ask is, because I know you mentioned that you thought the beginning half of the season was a lot better. But then when it got to this section, part 2, you feel like it kind of like... It was bittersweet, but it's more like not as good as the first half. So...
Like...
What are your thoughts on that?
In terms of drama, because they didn't really follow up on, like, what they were planning to do. Like, we were planning on, like, you know, maybe this season would be about, like, overstaging, like trying to get rid of Rand. Like, I would have loved just to see, like, a whole series where they were just doing nothing but getting rid of Rand, and it was going to be like a Tom and Jerry routine.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been fine. I would like that, but they exceeded my expectations by literally throwing that plot line in, like, the first episode.
Yeah, but also I will say this, though. I like that we actually get to have a bonding moment with, like, Reagan and her dad Rand before he goes to, like, underground prison. Like, we actually get, like, some kind of, like... resolution to it. It wasn't the way we were expecting it, I'm going to be completely honest. But just the way that they decided to end the conflict, I think was a lot better than I was expecting. Like, I wasn't expecting it, honestly, but it's one of those things to where I'm kind of glad they did it like that, because we didn't have to, like... They didn't draw it out for, like, the whole season. I feel like
they're not leaving, like, Rand to, like, literally be a part of the cast. Like,
yeah.
We don't, like, people are like, we want those assholes, but then it's like, you really don't know, like, unless you're, like, in a drama, it doesn't work it can work in a drama, not a comedy. I don't want Rand to be a part of the fucking cast, like, the whole show. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Why would I want an asshole like that? I don't want that. So I would rather not. I would rather not do it, or else it's just gonna get really mundane and boring, and then you're gonna wonder, why didn't they kick this asshole to the curb already?
Yeah, like, it's one of those things to where...
Either way, I wanted Rand gone in season 2, and they canned his ass. So I'm happy about that. They canned it,
which I'm happy about as well, because honestly, he was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So I guess something I do want to
ask... new mystery is pretty much
how will Reagan handle her new position of power?
Yeah, will she be able to, like, will she be able to handle it? Like, will she not go, like, mad with power just like she did, just like
her dad did? And,
like, and I guess will she, like, end up succumbing to, like, I guess whatever the robes have planned?
Yeah, but that's also something I do want to say, though, and this is just my opinion, like, I actually did like the chemistry between her and Roland, like, and Roland? What's his name?
Roland?
What was his name?
God damn.
I forgot his name, okay. Ronald?
No. I think it's just Ron. It was Ron.
Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
Like, I liked their relationship. I thought it was actually nice. I feel like...
And how it was how it was not brother and sister?
Yeah, because, like, we didn't, like, before, like, we saw it, we didn't know how it was gonna be. Like, we didn't know if they were just gonna be long-lost siblings. We didn't know if they were gonna, like, be lovers. We didn't know what the context of their relationship was gonna be.
Siblings and lovers?
No. Like, based on the trailer, you couldn't really tell. Like, you could just tell they had a rivalry. We just didn't know where it was gonna go. But... I liked their relationship. Like, I thought it was nice. I thought it was, like, a contrast to what Reagan was dealing with last season. Like, I thought it was
It was great. Nice, but I don't think it was, like...
It's not the best thing in the world.
It was so... I guess it was so simple, which, like, was fine,
But I feel like Reagan deserved some kind of happiness, especially because of, like, the context of her coworkers.
Is that what this... okay, I'll say this. If the show keeps on doing that, then I'm just like, okay, this is just pretty much... This is like, trauma porn. Like, it's gonna be trauma porn. And I don't want... I really, like...
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Like, that's why I quit most shows, because it eventually becomes trauma porn. And I don't... Oh my god, so many of the... Like, every single show falls into this category. And maybe this will probably be the show that says... Enough.
No, we're not gonna do it.
Like, enough. Like, stop. But I haven't seen a show that... I haven't seen a show that hasn't done it in ever. Like,
so this is
even the best shows that I claim are really good. Those are mostly dramas, and they thrive on that. So that's fine. A comedy, I've never seen like that actually be pulled off.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I feel like they're just gonna like give Reagan a chance to actually like have some breathing room. Like, I think it'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so another thing I do want to ask would be, what do you think they're gonna do next season? Like, what's your opinion on what you think they're gonna do next season? Because besides like the fact that like Reagan is running the company, like she wanted to do the first
running
half,
the whole world apparently.
Do you feel like, what do you feel like is going to happen? Do you think she's actually good? Like, in your opinion, do you think she would actually run it well, or do you feel like it's going to just make her hate
They're
shit?
gonna do like they're gonna do the Saturday morning cartoon shit every single episode. Like, where like
they're just gonna do that?
They're just gonna do the conspiracy like episode until something happens, like traumatic happens in like the final 2 episodes, and then that's gonna like, I don't know, shatter Reagan's emotions. I have no idea. I think that's a trend that's happening with like, you know,
I feel
the
like
last.
Reagan doesn't deserve that though. Like,
Reagan doesn't deserve it. I will say Reagan doesn't deserve it. But it's gonna be like really hard. Like, if that's just good, like, because that's like, let's be honest, it's really easy. It's a really just easy way to make a show like that and just keep having that be like the continuous trope of every single batch of episodes that comes out. That would be super easy, and that's easy. It's easy and it works.
Yeah,
but like, if they want to make it like
that, then they need to like either establish it and just do it quick, or they shouldn't draw it out. If they're gonna do that, they should just make it like one focused episode and then just actually try and like make her happy. At least,
well, she has had like, you know, progression with her character. Yeah. I do notice that there is a difference between season 1 Reagan and season 2 Reagan,
which I also
there
agree
definitely is one, and I appreciate that. I'm happy
and
that
I also do agree with that. Like, there is character development for her, which I think is great, and we also get character development for like Brett as well. Like, Brett actually showed fucking leadership.
Yeah,
I don't care if he was just trying to like let a dog like not die. He is a fucking blessed man.
He is a blessed man.
Like, we don't deserve
he's an actual good person. He's like a good person that works for a company that does evil shit.
And like, do you feel like the other characters got
the other characters are side gags to me? Like, the other characters,
do you feel like they got some kind of development in this, or not really? Because I feel like Mike definitely did.
I don't think they did.
I feel like Mike
personally
got a little
I
bit.
don't think they did, because they were fit in that one goal there, which is fine. Like, characters that are main characters should be main characters, and side characters are side characters. There's a reason why nobody fucking cares when a side character gets their own fucking show. There's a reason.
It depends.
There's a reason.
If they're like a fan favorite,
Name one that actually was good.
I can't think of one right now, but like, I'm just saying.
Name one. I don't know. Would you watch Jimmy Neutron? Was Planet Sheen good?
No. Can you stop it? We're not comparing that to this. It's a completely different show. Like, we're not comparing them.
Okay.
Anyway, couple more questions and I think we're done for right now. So, I am curious. We already know they're probably going to do like another season or another part, whichever one it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Do you think another season is going to benefit the show, or do you think it's going to get worse from here? Like, what do you think?
I only care about it if it, like, you know,
gets better.
No, I only care about it if like more people actually know about it, because I don't know.
Like, I don't feel like a lot of people know about this show, and it's kind of sad. And if they do, it's
people will, like, but they will get like those, like, it will be like a screen. It's like a screen cap thing where people are like, we get that one good meme and then nobody references it ever again. And it's just that would be kind of sad. That would be sad, but you know what? I don't care about its popularity. As long as I enjoy it, then I don't give a
I just
shit.
hope we get more seasons out of it, because, like, that's something I do kind of worry about, because some Netflix shows, like, just tend to do, like, a couple seasons and then go off the radar.
Or they go to another network where they immediately get canceled afterwards.
Yeah, so I hope this show doesn't get canceled, because honestly, like, I feel like it's a breath of fresh air when it comes to, like, adult comedy.
Just all depends on whether or not
People like it.
people are watching it. It's not even if people like it. People watch it. Doesn't matter. Fucking... what's this show? There's a lot of Netflix shows that just get skirted by. But Netflix produces so much content anyway that it's like... That's why it's like... It's worrying whenever like a show comes out on Netflix, because they produce too much content. It's not regulated. Yeah. So I'm just like, man, this is just gonna get buried. This is just gonna get really fucking buried. And
let's hope not.
How many fucking... There's, like, you look at Netflix right now, you see how many, like, TV shows they produce and stuff. Like, just in terms of animated in general, there's probably, like, fucking 20 on that, just on the, like, site alone. Like, you don't think that's gonna get buried?
Well, you never know.
Like,
anyway.
That's why people will pull you in with just, like, you know, not just only saying that Reagan is, like, you know, a hot cinnamon roll, but also saying that Reagan is a smart hot cinnamon roll. And that's all I need. So, for Reagan being a very, very, very hot cinnamon roll, and for me being so fucking gay, I give Reagan a 10 out of 10. I think that she is amazing.
Jay, we're not rating the characters.
She is amazing. She is probably one of the best female protagonists I have seen in TV.
Yeah, let's rate the show, and then we're basically done for right now.
Yes. But actual personality, and not like...
Oh, good lord.
Cute. Runs on cuteness.
I get it.
Stuff like that.
Alright, so I'm going to give my rating first. I would give Inside Job as a whole probably like an 8.5 out of 10. I feel like it's got a lot of potential. And
it's funny.
And it's really funny. It's really good. I do suggest giving it a watch if you're into shit like that. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get Jamie to actually watch it. Like, I'm trying to get my friend to actually watch it.
I really want you to. I'm trying to think of, like, what's the last political humor show that I saw?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think, because I know I've seen, like, shows like this before. That is, like,
anyway,
the rise on political humor.
So, yeah, I give it an 8.5. I do feel like the first part of season 1 kind of, like, shined a little bit more than the second half. Mm-hmm. But I do think it was really good, though. Yeah. Like, in general. I give it the whole show an 8.5.
Well, unlike you, I'm not going to rate it by the whole. I'm going to rate season 1. Season 1 was really, really... I actually really love season 1. I think season 1 will be the best season whenever the show comes to an end. I think season 1 would be the best season out of any of them. So I give season 1 of Inside Job 9, and I give season 2
or part 2,
whatever the fuck. I'm calling it season 2. God damn it. I give season 2 of Inside Job actually 7.5. I think they could have, like,
done a little bit
much better, trimming the A to B plot lines and that.
And they could have, like, made, like,
I don't know, done
episodes.
A little bit more following up, I guess. Made it feel more connected to season 1, but that's more of a nitpick than anything, so whatever.
Alright, so that's basically the end of the podcast, but one more thing before we sign off. Mm-hmm. We do plan on doing season 3 of Cuphead for a review.
Drunk.
Jay wants to do it fucking drunk.
I will do it drunk.
Well, I'm not, but he's gonna probably be drunk.
Mari, compared to, like, I'm sure there's more episodes that are not starring Cuphead and Mugman.
I get it. Anyway.
And trust me, I've seen those TikToks. There's definitely
we get it. No spoiling it because I haven't seen it yet, and we're watching it tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that, and we should be posting this probably like next week, along with our Thanksgiving special, which we are probably going to post before this.
Before we end it, though, what are you looking forward to in season 3 of Cuphead? Like, what are you looking for?
I guess, well, I kind of said my stuff before, but, like, I would like to see Cagney, Carnation in it. I want to hear what he's going to sound like. I want to definitely see Beppy in it. And I definitely want to see Hilda actually have a speaking role, because we got to see her, like, actually be in the show. Mm-hmm. She sadly didn't get a speaking role, though, so that's kind of what I look forward to with season 3, honestly. And just, I would like to know Chalice's origin story.
Why? She's a fucking ghost. That's her origin story. I just want to
know how the fuck she became a ghost. I think it'd be kind of interesting.
That's it. That's her origin story. She's a ghost.
I get it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And as always, I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out.